Hey everybody, welcome back to Light and Heavy, and yeah, I figured I'd do a little change of pace. I have no idea what the audio sounds like. Hopefully it's okay. It's the middle of August in North Texas, and it's actually raining, like really raining, as you saw. So I figured I'd just take advantage and sit out on my back porch and chat with you a little bit about what a pilgrimage actually is. As you can see, there's a long definition here, but I want to focus on just that first part. A journey to a sacred place undertaken as an act of religious devotion. Its purpose may be simply to venerate a certain saint or ask some spiritual favor, beg for a physical cure or perform an act of penance, express thanks, or fulfill a promise. Okay, so you got the basic definition of what a pilgrimage is. But I'll try to put it in layman's terms for everybody. And basically, a pilgrimage is a micro view of the larger view of our earthly pilgrimage. All right. So if you check out the Catechism, everywhere it talks about on our earthly pilgrimage, and basically it's a journey. It's a journey to a certain destination. And for the micro view, the place we go is to the church. Why? Because Jesus Christ is present there, especially in all the tabernacles in the Catholic Church. And so we go there to worship, to give adoration, and for prayers and supplications, and offer up whatever we have to that special place. The larger view, as the Catechism talks about, is our earthly pilgrimage, and that is with our very lives, that our ultimate, hopefully, destination is heaven. That's what we are aiming towards. And so all the sufferings and all the offering up, the sacrificial offerings that we have, is really for the entire span of our lives. And that, God willing, when we die, we'll hear the words from Christ, "My good and faithful servant, join me." And so we'll get to be with him for all eternity. When you think of a pilgrimage, I know, as I've said in the very first video, which if you haven't watched the first video, check it out. I'll leave a little icon above me to, you can go back and watch it. But as I mentioned, you know, whenever we think of pilgrimages, we think these really big, long duration, as well as very far away places, especially if you live here in America. And what we got to think though, in a pilgrimage, it can be very small. It doesn't have to be really big or anything extravagant. In fact, the whole point of a pilgrimage actually is to not be very extravagant, to be able to offer up things and to be simple, so that way our spiritual lives are nourished and are able to take advantage of everything that a pilgrimage has to offer. One other thing I want to point out, and actually I'll leave links down below in the description of some really good videos that Dr. Taylor Marshall did about the theology of a pilgrimage. Now, I don't want to get too in-depth on like theology of the pilgrimage, but it kind of speaks for itself that, you know, the study of God, in that the sense that since the beginning, God has really called us to a pilgrimage. So with creation of Adam and Eve, you know, he placed them in a holy place in the Garden of Eden, and to protect it and to cultivate it. But then, you know, as we know, original sin happened. We fast forward to, I'm going to fast forward all the way to the time of Abraham. And what do we see God do? God calls Abraham from his home into a new home, to take him on a journey to what would eventually be the promised land for the Israelites. And so when we see from then, and then with Moses, the Israelites, with King David and Solomon, we see this progression of, you know, a sacred place, a holy place that people would eventually go on pilgrimage to. We fast forward all the way to the New Testament, right? And we see that Jesus, Mary and Joseph, what are they doing? They're going on pilgrimage to Jerusalem to pray there at the Holy Temple. And that's where they lose them in the temple and everything else. But it was very custom for this pilgrimage for the ancient Jewish people. So we see pilgrimages
are biblically founded. We see them that God has asked us to be on our earthly pilgrimage. And then as the church has progressed and developed over the centuries and over the last 2,000 years, that there have been special holy sites that we can go to venerate, to pray, and to offer up different things, and to also ask for miracles, because miracles do happen in holy sites. Basically, whether you do a really big pilgrimage, which if you ever have the chance to go, you'll never ever regret it. But I also hope and encourage, if you have the chance to go to a smaller pilgrimage, do it, and take those little pilgrimages, because those are opportunities of grace for you and for anybody that goes with you. And the next episode, I'll kind of give a little tease. It will be the very first pilgrimage that I'll take y'all with me. I've been working hard on it. I'll have it up next week, and I can't wait for y'all to see it. So yeah, that's really what a pilgrimage is. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you, especially just kind of giving a baseline, a basic understanding of what a pilgrimage actually is. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Love to hear from y'all. If you have any better definitions of what a pilgrimage is to you, I'd love to hear down below in the comments. And so check out next week's video when I go on my first pilgrimage on this channel. And I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the rain, enjoy this nice cool weather in the middle of August. So thanks for watching. God bless you.
Cells behind it, and a few pockets of low pressure, and a fairly heavy band of rain showers and snow all the way from the eastern portions of Montana down to western sections of Nevada. And of course the massive high picking up warm moist air from the south, bringing it northward. So when the two masses collide over Kansas, we are looking for some precipitation, and we'll talk about that.